Hello, welcome back to FatherofTwo Plays Sunless Sea Zubmariner. So we're all done here in Port Cavendish, and we are not looking super good as far as our hull goes. So we're heading back home. We're probably going to stop in Visage and maybe at Rosegate as well. There was a bunch of new stories when I loaded the game up today that I downloaded and added to my collection. There was also a Kickstarter for Sunless Skies, and that's pretty cool, and I will probably back that. I know nothing about their plans for Sunless Skies or what it really is, but I am very intrigued. I like to stay in the dark about things as much as I can. Then everything's new and surprising to me. Sometimes you watch trailers, or that is to say, sometimes I watch trailers, but I try to even avoid that a lot of the time. Commercials. Trailers that are commercials, I end up seeing a lot of those anyway. Hide your face. Hide all your faces. Should we go ashore? Let's create a port report for certain. I mean, we're not doing too good all around. Maybe we could find a shop here. Okay, we'll go inward and upward. Terms. All those who enter must play their parts. The sign is only visible, or is visible only after you've crossed the threshold. Check in at the customs office. One may not wander Visage at will. All visitors must pass one by one through a room guarded by a person in the mask of the moon moth, or a moon moth. Let's be the locust. Hunger for all things. Moonmoth settles the locust mask over your head. The eye holes are covered with a thin gold film through which valuable objects gleam more brightly. May you find a happy harvest, says Moonmoth. Then, when you have partly turned away, it double knots the ties on its purse, as though you're likely to pick its pockets. Doesn't it know you can see it? Okay, so now we are the locust, and it behooves us to be behaving in the way of a locust, or the manner. I'm gonna have a drink before I read some more here. Ashore in Visage. On the lower slopes, stone buildings, flat roofs, archways. In the architecture, there lingers a memory of lotus and palm frond. The hill above is a face, forever looking up at the ceiling of the Unterzee. No one inhabits its cheeks or the hollows of its eyes. Visit the Library of Parts, visit the Flood Court, and your performance. Let's go with the library. So called because all the books are fragmentary, perhaps. Stoop at the lintel, enter the dark. A room of heavy stone guarded by a golden statuette of a woman with outstretched arms. The scroll niches, sorted to correspond to a variety of masks, the jackal and the lioness, the crocodile, and the dung beetle. A woman in the mask of a lotus blossom is standing at a lectern reading in silence. Yeah. Steal the most valuable-looking scroll for later sale is the sort of thing a locust might do. As expected, we failed. You are not sneaky enough. Moonmoth sees what you do and confiscates the sack bulging beneath your carapace. He does not, however, seem angry. What else would the locust do but take whatever is available to be taken? He awaits you outside the library with unruffled calm. Can't go to the flood court? Okay. Oh, and we can only leave now. Let's trade masks then. It has been making subtle overtures for some time. You only now understand them. It is keen to go. It draws you aside into a closet in the customs house. Had enough of Visage, it tells you frankly. Here, take my mask and pretend to be me, and I'll trade in the visitor mask and get on some departing ships. Get my life back. Its face, no, now you see. Her face is aging but unlined. A lifetime of never needing to use facial expression. Okay. Temple of Apis, House of the Chief Geometer, the side of the face. Let's go to the side of the face. The stone cheek of the Flourishing of Years is visited as a pilgrimage by the inhabitants of Visage, and if you are in good favor, you may go too. Perhaps not. Let's visit the House of the Chief Geometer. It is understood to be an honor. Lines in wet ground. Each morning the man in the cobra mask draws lines in the mud flat with a pointed steel rod. This apportions to each inhabitant a small trapezoidal area from which to harvest mushrooms and to scrape salt. No plot is ever preserved from one day to the next. This man is the Chief Geometer, the keeper of directions, master of land measures and sea measures. Geometer's house. Now you have been invited to his home, at the time customarily appointed for him to receive those who are not his equal in rank, yet not so far beneath him as to deserve to be ignored. What ceremonial gift will you bring? We'll bring a poem concerning snakes, copied in a new scroll, 800 lines on the scaly denizens of the snake pit. Mixed results. He appears to be pleased by this gift, but it takes him aback as well. Several times he remarks that this sort of merchandise is something he would expect to be brought to the island by a bat. It requires a great deal of chittering and wing-folding to persuade him of your moth nature. We messed it up. Okay, let's go to the side of the face. At the proper time. You must, of course, wait until your work with this day's crop of frogs and locusts is complete. It would not be suitable to bring them along. Beside the face, up on the hillside, the buildings become scarcer and then vanish entirely, leaving you looking at the bottom of a great chin. Push a visiting bat off the stone chin to face the stone with new markings. Silently observe the attitude of the visiting lion. Look for the doorway into the ear. Okay, let's look for the doorway into the ear. Harder to find. You climb up along the side of Flourishing's cheeks, following a staircase of worn steps. You don't remember the path being this difficult before. The entry, when you come to it, is plugged with a substance fibrous as spider silk, but slick and waxy to the touch. Is this new? Does it grow here? How, or do they clear it away every year? Is it a form of security? But it doesn't yield to your hand. Okay, let's visit the side of the face again. Silently observe. Yeah, maybe we'll do that. Offer instructions. That's a chancy challenge. Let's go with silently observe the attitudes of the visiting lion. It is paying obeisance to the face. I don't think I pronounced that word right. Service and worship. You contemplate the lion for some time. There's an arithmetic sequence to the count of bows that it performs to each figure, the eyes, the nose, each lip. It is hard to know whether lion is meant to be her worshipper or her lover. Perhaps the two functions are not very distinct. When at last the lion's bows are complete, it passes you with a slight snap of its mask jaws. It was rude of you to stand there watching. The moth watches visitors, it does not watch citizens. To do so has violated the strictures of both of your roles. Okay, so we're not doing as well as we should. Let's go to the temple. The wounded god. All denizens... Visit the temple of Apis. All the citizens of Visage go there sooner or later. The wounded god. In the center of the temple is a black bull with a white diamond on its face. It is tied in place with heavy ropes and is wounded in the thigh. From this wound it bleeds copiously without dying. The priests gather around the bull, capturing its blood in cups. Leave a respectful token of offering. Even wounded, it remains a god. Impeccable. The tokens are small and not very valuable, as suits your lower rank in the community. The priests arrange them on a table with other small items. As you go out, you pass by the more impressive gifts, drafting tools from the chief geometer, scales from Jackal, a heap of foreign coin brought home by Crocodile. Expertise in new parts, 7. Aware of higher rolls. End your performance and leave the island. You can't stay in character forever. Calmer. When the other citizens are distracted, you find your way to the familiar customs house and rid yourself of mask and robe. There is satisfaction in laying aside a role well performed. Oh, at least we lost some terror, but we didn't gain any supplies or anything. Alright, fair enough. We can't afford to stop too many places, but I think Station 3 we might be able to buy something. We need to refill our crew, fix our hull, do a lot of things, really. We did find the Isle of Cats, and I can't remember if that was a light ship. I think we found the Melting Isles, too. So it wasn't completely worthless, our trip. But it wasn't one of our better trips, I don't think. We might have to fight any creatures we run into that aren't too terrifying. Or tough, I should say. Because we're going to need the supplies. The Promised Sea. All through this place, the song of the Drownies lies shivering sweet along the wind. Where are we to next? Yeah, Station 3, north of us here. I don't know if we could buy things here. I never remember what Station 3 is. Depot A. I remember having to come here to make my submarine. Inside the little gate. Okay, so we can deliver heart metal ingot. Or deliver it. What use is hard metal to you, but then what use is a long box? Perhaps you imagine the whispers at shoulder. What use indeed is a heart? When you turn, there's only the ragged flirting of the wind. Let's just deliver it. Deliver a long box to the acolyte. Here are more secrets of the heart. A faint smile. It is difficult to read her expression behind those goggles, but perhaps she's pleased to see you, or perhaps she's only eager to continue her work. Well, we got money anyway. Or echoes, I should say. Shops? No. Return later. Other acolytes move between the buildings singing softly, but none of them seems inclined to speak to you at this moment. Could we not get a port report? No. Okay. Fair enough. Abbey Rock, Shepherd Isles, we should be able to buy something there. Let's stop there next. Come around tight to the coast here so we don't use up any more fuel than we have to. Just having a drink there. Shepherd's Wash. With salty hinterland, or the salty hinterland of London, home to hermits, nuns, and shadowy business. I mean, Abbey Rock is not too far that way, but I still feel like we gotta avoid any unnecessary stops. They might sell stuff, but I'm not certain. And I'm not certain if these guys sell anything either, but I think it's worth the risk, since it's pretty much along our path anyway. 2 fuel, 2 supplies. We're looking pretty low, but we're pretty close to London as well. Shops, excellent. So we will get 3 fuel, 1 supplies, and I guess we'll see what we can do here. Tails. The rest of the Z we can't do. Oh, we need mushroom wine and supplies. Okay. Well, we'll get the port report. That'll help. A retired monster hunter wants something to remember his glory days. In return, he will show you a secret graveyard populated by curious corpses in curious boxes. Okay. We have lots of hunting trophies. The tomb. He takes your trophy and nods. Wrestled one of these devils once. I'd show you the scar, but decency forbids. He leads you to a low cliff. Leaning over you see a grassy stair cut into the rock. It leads to a dripping cave. Against one wall, coffins are arranged in a careful line. Some la-di-da London family bring their dead here. Sail up in a black ship they do. Help yourself to the oldest ones, they won't notice. Okay, so we got another long box. What else can we do while we're here? Oh, okay. We can't do anything else right now, so we'll come back later. So now we have plenty of fuel to make it back. We might as well stop at Mutton Isle. The Cumian Canal has cheap fuel. We could have made our way there. I kind of forgot. I think, no, that's not right. It's the Iron Republic that has cheap fuel. I can't remember how cheap. Maybe 5 echoes? Well, I don't feel so pressed for supplies and such now, so that's a load off my mind. Any one of these trips we take could be our death, and this one is closer than some of them have been. Maybe a lot of them have been. That's why I'm not going under the Z right at the moment. Quaker's Haven, yeah, we'll stop here. The world is webbed with invisible lines. You've crossed one. Tighten them, and it would split like a fruit. Waves slap at the side of the ship. Far below, something moves. Alright. After the festival, Mutton Island rests silently under the false stars. No smoke rises from the chimneys, no feet tread the streets, no ruddy-cheeked locals trade rustic aphorisms on the jetty. What has happened? I think we've explored everything. Let's just take a look. Gain to terror, okay. Gain more terror. What does it matter? We're almost home. Gain more terror. I'm pretty sure we've searched all these before, that's why I'm not reading them. I just wanted to see if anything new happened. Okay, all we did was gain a bunch of terror, and now we'll compile a port report. Maybe we should see if we can give anything to the people in Low Barnet. My terror is fairly high, so I'm just gonna avoid going down there, considering what our hull's at. If we ran into a constant companion, we would be dead, most likely. Home waters, sailors dawdle at the rail, watching for the lights of London. We're almost home. Then, I guess we will have to decide where to go next. Let's take a quick look. There's still this area to explore. I'm pretty sure we saw something scary there. If we go around this way, we could always hit Eisteval. So maybe we'll do a northward trip. There was possibly some places we need to go. Hold on. Corsair's Forest, right. And that's it? Maybe some of these? No. Oh, it might be our officers that want to go. Anyway, we'll go north, I think. We do have to dine with one of our officers still, I think. Hold on. This one, I believe. We need 10 fuel, torpedo components, and supplies 5. Wow. Okay. Well, perhaps we'll do that as soon as we have the option. Might mean that we have to spend all our money on, what do you call it? Supplies and such. The revenue men have nothing to hide. Oh, we do have something to hide. Right, we have a filled mirror catch box. Pay the customs duty on any untaxed souls or romantic literature you're carrying. Surrender any smuggled sunlight. No, we want to keep that. Today's duty officer is no respecter of the Admiralty. She will look ill on any attempt to frighten her with military credibility, but she's an amateur antiquarian. Okay. Talk your way out of the search. An exchange of letters. Of course, you two have corresponded under assumed names, but it's definitely her. She wouldn't dream of importuning such a learned individual as yourself. On your way. A breath of relief. As soon as the gangplank touches the quay, the terrors of the deep sea lighten. Walk taller, smile more readily, but what dreams may cling. We gained nightmare strength. Collect messages. What's this? Let's see. Something has changed in the Neath. Someone wants to sign on. That's all for now. Another day of free evening. Okay. Oh, hello. A new person to talk to. Wonder, we could do Mr. Sachs thing, and next time we're sitting pretty... well, I guess, or just sitting pretty, I could say. We could try to do this one. Because we've seen most of the places in the Z, if not all. Pass on strategic information. Submit vital intelligence. Right, there was some things I could mix together. They have a different looking border. Like this. Right click. Oh, I could use it. What happens if I use it? Interesting. Well, I don't want to use it. I think I want to give it to him. But maybe I don't. I can't remember. I was told about what to do with it, and I am drawing a blank as to what was said. Well, let's ask if there's anything in particular. Visit the port below London and return to London. Okay. Assistance with subsistence? No. Let's pass on the strategic information. Gained 150 echoes. It's hard to read with those glasses, but he reads the summary intently. Satisfactory, he says at last. Eminently satisfactory, actually. Good work. Take this for your trouble. The clerk will see you paid. And we don't have vital intelligence. Oh, okay. It says it right here. Vital intelligence can be created from 2 pieces of strategic information. Okay, well, too late, but I'll keep that in mind next time. Derp. And what is the day-to-day like on those farther shores? Port Cecil. Gained 30 echoes. We didn't get any more favors. And we gained 1 fuel. I was told not to let my favors drop below 3, I think, so I will keep that in mind. Shepherd Isles. You succeeded. We got 50 echoes. Oh, they believed me. Here is your payment. This is quite extraordinary. I must rush this upstairs immediately. 1 moment. So yeah, we gained 50 echoes. A favor. Oh, no. We didn't actually gain a favor. Okay, and we also got a fuel. Pigmode Island, we get a fuel, but that's it. Well, also a few echoes, but we didn't get a favor. Isle of Cats. And what does the so-called Pirate King have to say for himself these days? Pardon me, having a drink there. Report submitted. Yes, well, we did rather know about those rose gardens. Not good news that they're prospering, though. Really should have nipped it in the, if you allow me, bud. And trading with the Khanate, with the Iron Republic, bother. I may have to have a meeting about this. So we got echoes, And we have now surveyed the Isle of Cats. We got a favor, and we got fuel. Visage. We've done this one before. So we got echoes and fuel. Avarchus. Echoes and fuel. We visited more places than I thought. King Eater's Castle. Echoes and fuel. Quaker's Haven. Echoes and fuel. And we'll leave the Admiralty now. Now, what about the Rose Market? Nothing we can do there. Oh, escort some interested acquaintances to the Rose Market. No, we won't do that. Let's go to the Alarming Scholar. Outlandish artifact? Why not? Shaped by hands unknown in London. Gained 100 echoes, and we gained favors antiquarian. Okay. Let's leave. Carouse at Wolfstack Docks. Hire on more crew. Let's check out the new recruit. Engage a Zailor. Perhaps not. Let's do the other thing. By the other thing, I mean the other way to hire crew on. Hire on more crew. A straightforward challenge. 100% success rate. Your tall tales find a ready audience. Scarred and seasoned men and women tramp aboard and find places to sling hammocks. Got 2 crew. Lost a terror. 30 echoes. So it's only 5 to hire them the other way, though. So let's hire that one. And perhaps we can only do the one. I think that's how that works. Yeah, it's locked now. Okay. Let's hire on more crew. And, of course, we succeeded again. Oh, we gained 3 crew, of course. Alright, well, not a big deal. Visit the Rose Market. Let's carouse. A marvelous night out. Sea shanties, fine food, and the warmth of a pub fire, and something more. You were fortunate. Ooh, that night in Wolfstack, you find yourself sharing a table with a likely lass, a dapper chap. Someone whose name you do not afterwards recall. We'll go with a likely lass. I think this is how I get married. She tipsily claims to be a spy. Whatever she is, she's easy to like, and when the evening ends, you're still together. An interlude. The next morning, she gives you a pewter locket. As you reach for it, she grips it briefly in her fist. Don't you dare forget me, she says. A locket with a likely lass. And we lost terror. Cool. Now, let's go to the dry dock before I forget. No, that's not what we want. We want to trade in an Admiralty favor for a good fix, though. Yeah, let's do that. And then we're done here. Not here in town totally, but just at the dry dock. We don't have what this guy needs. He wants spider silk or zoop. We could get him the zoop if I remember, and have enough room. Visit your study. Once your lodgings are large enough to support a study, you can create items such as an ironclad will, a whispering trophy cabinet, or a Song of the Z. So what does it take to make an ironclad will? Or did we already do that? Perhaps we did? Oh, okay, so we could have made an heirloom. Write the Song of the Z. We need a lot of things, dread surmise. We'll have to remember that. Maybe we'll get it done, though. Who knows? Alright, we must have already made the will? I don't see it in here. That was my timer, by the way. Whispering trophy case. We can make heirlooms. We can make 11 heirlooms. Okay. Perhaps not. But let's go back to our lodgings. Rest? Yeah, we should rest. Purchase a Z-side mansion. Wow, that'd be nice. I don't know if we get old and die, or if that's a thing that can happen at all. Probably, right? Because the time is passing. In our logbook over there. Let's rest. What does it cost? 100 echoes. Let's do it. Lost 100 echoes. I don't know why it costs money to sleep in our own house, but we lost 15 terror. We have no wounds. We have a restful night, and the light is pretty. Okay, and then there was one more thing I wanted to do. Oh, we can't do it anymore because nothing awaits us in port. Well, what's our fuel and everything looking like? Not full enough. So let's buy... I don't know, let's have 20 fuel. Oops, damn it. Well, I guess we'll keep the flare. We have a fair amount of money left. Let's... What's our hold at? 36. So let's get... Oh, shit, I didn't realize I hadn't bought any supplies. That's not good. Perhaps we could make a little more money and buy a few more supplies, but we can hunt for supplies and get some along the way as well. See what the alarming scholar will pay us for. That was my bad. Memory of a distant shores. I mean, we might as well. It's only 10 echoes. Oh, we still have money. What am I thinking? Oh, it's our hold that's full. No, we're not out of money. And selling the fuel is such a waste. Oh well, it's a waste we're gonna have to live with, I guess. Because we need at least... Like, I would be happy with 8 or 9. Maybe more like 9. Oh well. You win some, you lose some. That was my derp. Anyway, until next time, if you enjoyed it, please leave me a like, subscribe if you want to see more, and leave me a comment. Let me know what you thought. This is FatherofTwo, signing off.